Hey, Picks and Parlay family, it's me, Detroit Lenny, here with another free Power Hour Picks show for you guys for Thursday, February 9th. We are going to talk college basketball, some NBA. We're also going to talk a little NHL just because you guys are going to hit the thumbs up button. So don't forget to hit that thumbs up button, give us a like, give us a comment down below your game you're looking at for the day, all that good stuff. Don't forget about No House Advantage as well. No House Advantage is changing the game, offering the most dynamic fantasy sports platform available today. Sign up with promo code PNP at nohouseadvantage.com or download the app at all app stores out there to get the first deposit match up to $50. Now, let's start with our first guest here. We brought in Chip Chirimbus to talk Iowa Hawkeyes going to Purdue to take on those Boilermakers. Boilermakers -8, over-unders 149 and a hook. Chip, where are you going with this one? What are you thinking?
Well, it's a strong number because we do have the number one team in the nation, Purdue, playing this game. They are coming off a loss at home at Indiana, last Saturday. Mm-hmm. Iowa comes off a big win against Illinois. And one thing about Iowa is that they seem to catch a little momentum when they're winning and making baskets, which they've had a little bit of struggle to do this year. And they're 7-1 after a win. But Purdue dominates at home with the play, with the defense. They got Eddie there. They're 13th in the nation in defense, allowing 61.1 points a game. They're number one in defensive rebound, which means other teams don't get a second chance. I think this game goes under. They've gone under 9 of the last 12 at home, have the Boilermakers. And I can see with their big front and intimidating the Hawkeyes, shooting I think this game stays under the total. I think Purdue is going to really get back to basics after Indiana's hot shooting night. I mean, the first half of that game, Indiana was unconscious, and they handed the Boilermakers their second loss of the year. So I think this game plays to the under.
I think this is a great Big Ten matchup, and I think they're both it's gonna be more of a ground and pound. Right. If this was football, we'd be talking about how they're both gonna try and control the clock and run the ball. Basketball, they're just going to wear this clock down. They're going to beat each other up is what they're really going to do, just on the hardwood. And I think that game stays way under. I honestly would take it under 145-ish. I think it's going to really go under. So
I hope so.
I like that. Let's talk NBA. Phoenix Suns at the Atlanta Hawks. The Hawks are -7. Over under on this one's 228 and a hook. Where are you going with this one?
A lot of action happening in Phoenix nowadays, isn't it? I mean, between the Super Bowl and Kevin Durant's on his way.
Waking up to that.
Yeah, these two teams met about a week ago, and we had Atlanta in that game, and Atlanta pounded them 132-100. Now, you might think ordinarily that Phoenix would be looking for a little bit of revenge here, but there's changes going on. I don't know if Durant's going to even be there, in uniform. They were 4 for 28 from the three-point range in that game at home against the Hawks. And the Hawks are coming off a pretty good 8-day, 5-game road trip. And it seems that after they've been on the road for 7 days or more, they come back home. And believe it or not, they're 7-0 in the first game out against the number there. So I think Atlanta maybe here has the edge again. Phoenix is 0-4 the last 4 times they traveled to Atlanta and played. But, that is DeAndre Ayton, Ayton. I'm still having trouble pronouncing his name, and Durant. That's going to be some combination when they get together. Will there be continuity tonight if they get on the floor? I don't know. So I think Atlanta has the edge here until Phoenix gets settled. Though Phoenix has been playing really much better of late, Lenny, but I'm just not impressed with their club overall. I think, Chris Paul at 37 or 38, 39, he's playing like he's older than Brady. And I just don't see it. This game here, that line is very high, I would think. I think the Suns are probably going to be minus a few players because of the trade, and that's probably the reason for it.
Yeah, I think in the long run, this trade benefits Phoenix. I just don't think it benefits them tonight. I think, like you said, there's going to be a lot of players out, limited bench. I don't think, everything like that, no continuity or anything like that. No. I think Atlanta here just kind of covers handedly. Don't forget, guys, when you're over at picksandparlays.net, use the promo code for Power Hour Super. That'll save you 25% off when you're looking for Chip Chirimbus. Chip, tell them what you got going on over at picksandparlays.net.
Well, each and every day I post my single strongest play of the day, which is my Mega Buck winner. And right now we're about at 62%, both in the NBA and in college basketball action. And then on Saturdays, of course, we have a Fab Five. I put out my top 5 games, and we've done very well on Saturdays. I also have an early bird game out there for everyone. We're now 6-2 on the year with this early bird play. It stands alone. You play it and you build your bankroll for the day. So, Picks and Parlays have been very good to us, and I hope to do even better for our clients.
Let's go. And don't forget, when you're over there and you're looking for Chip Chirimbus, we're going today. We're going under 149.5 in the Iowa Purdue game, and we're taking Atlanta at home against Phoenix Suns. And don't forget, like, subscribe, ring that bell for notification. Chip, I appreciate you. We'll see you on the next Power Hour, buddy.
Thank you, Lenny.
Take care. All right, guys, we're still got a few games to go in the college and NBA. Don't forget, we got an NHL pick from Terry Edelman coming up. Right now, we're going to bring in Dan Kaiser. Mr. Kaiser, we're going to talk San Francisco Dons. First of all, I love the name, just the Dons. Like it's very, I don't know, just thanks. At Gonzaga, Gonzaga's minus 14.5. Over under is 155.5. Where are you going with this one?
Yeah, I think this will be a pretty interesting game here. I'm actually looking at San Francisco in this one. These two teams have played at the beginning of January, and Gonzaga came out with a 2-point win as a 9.5 point underdog or 9.5 point favorite. San Francisco's 3-1 against the spread this season when they're underdogs of 6 or more points, and they're also 3-1 against the spread in the last 4 games. If you look at this San Francisco team in conference play, their biggest loss on the road this year was by 12 to Santa Clara. They've been playing really well the last 5 games. They're shooting and scoring above their season average in those 5 games. And this Gonzaga team, they're good. They're talented. Drew Timme is doing everything to lead this team, as which he should, because he's 43 years old, still playing.
I say that all the time.
Still playing in college.
I think that guy's the same age as us.
Yeah, but hey, you got to give him credit. He's probably making more money, out there.
I mean, do you? I'm not knocking him by any means.
Yeah,
I mean, I think it's hilarious. He's
in NIL than he would be in the NBA, but at this point, but as good as this team, Zag's team is, they're lacking that backcourt stud. They're lacking that guard that can take over the game and get a shot when they need it, and they've struggled at times. They're 2 games back in conference right now, which is surprising if you know anything about the Zags team over the years. But they're 7-15-1 against the spread this season, and they're only 6-14-3 against the spread in the last 23 home games. The Dons are 7-3 in their last 10 games against a team with a winning record. I'm not looking for I'm not calling for a San Francisco upset.
I agree.
But these 14.5 points is a lot because this Zags team is just inconsistent and they're not blowing out teams. So I'm going to take the points in this one.
Yeah, I was just going to say that I don't think anybody thinks San Francisco's walking out of here with a W, but I think they're going to make it competitive. And Gonzaga has a habit of winning and not covering, and that's just fine. And I'll take the 14.5 all day. I put this actually in a few teasers for tonight, and take the 5 points and San Francisco plus 19.5. I just threw that in a couple teams, but I like this as definitely a game here. Let's talk some NBA as well. Milwaukee Bucks traveling into LA, take on those Lakers. Over under 238.5. Is LeBron hung over after passing Kareem? Is that what's going to happen now?
Mate, I'm glad it's over. I mean, what a farce! What a farce that thing was, and that game kind of just proves that that the NBA regular season games mean nothing. I mean, I think he was hungover after he set the record. I mean, he scored 2 points. He scored 2 points in the final 13 minutes of that game after breaking the record in a game that they needed for any chance to win the playoffs. And who knows what's going on now with Anthony Davis? He didn't seem all that thrilled. Didn't really pay much attention.
I saw that going around. There's a picture. Everybody's celebrating, and he's just sitting there like I don't want to be here.
Yeah, and
I mean, what does that say?
And the Bucks are coming off a huge 19-point win over Portland. Giannis is just doing Giannis things. He's averaged 37.5 points, 14.5 rebounds, 5.4 assists, during this Bucks winning streak that they're on. And, and healthy, interested Anthony Davis would struggle against Giannis. I don't know what this Anthony Davis is going to do to slow down Giannis. The Bucks have allowed 110 or fewer points in 4 of the last 7 games, where the Lakers' defense has been non-existent, as they're giving up 121 points in 5 of their previous 6 games. I think that game against OKC when he sets the record, I think that was just a telling game. I think this, and the Lakers have made some trades. I don't know how much they're going to help. They made a couple more trades just before the trade deadline. I'm not sure if that's going to help, how much that's going to help. So I'm going to lay the 8 here with the Bucks, because record or no record, I think the Lakers are done for the season.
Yeah, I agree. I think now we just stop hearing about him. We're only hearing about him all the time now because he was going to break the record, and now the record's broke. Now they can just fall to the wayside. Is what I'm hoping. I'm praying, and I hope I can't wait till the playoffs for the NBA, because that's when I actually will wager on the NBA. It's just, for me, it's terrible.
Exactly. That game the other night kind of proved it. I mean, why? And there's not really a reason to wager on the NBA unless you think you have a very distinct advantage.
Yeah, exactly. You're always looking for an angle. That's fine. But in the NBA, you just got to be careful. You never know who's coming and going, who's playing and sitting, stuff like that. But I like this play here. I like the Bucks -8. Dan, tell them what you got going on over at picksandparlays.net. I know you're always up there on the leaderboards.
Yeah, tonight I got a couple plays in the NHL and one play in college basketball, actually. And then, it's Super Bowl weekend. I'll be releasing my plays tonight. It's been one of those things. I've been kind of looking at the lines and going back and forth. I mean,
it's movement.
Yeah, it's one of those games. It's going to be a good game. It should be a close game. And, it seems like every 5 minutes something pops into my head that makes me change my mind. So I think I might just go with the last thing that pops into my head. So
that's fair. That's fair. Well, Dan's taking tonight. We know we're taking San Francisco Dons +14.5, and we're taking the Bucks -8. And then don't forget to like, subscribe, ring that bell for notifications. Power Hours here Monday through Friday, 3 p.m. Eastern. Dan, we appreciate it. We'll see you on the next one, buddy.
All right, thanks.
Take care. All right, we still got NHL pick coming up from our man here, Terry Edelman, NHL expert over here at picksandparlays.net. How we doing, Terry?
Not too bad. Good slate of games today. This one possibly one of the game of the nights, or one of the game of the night. So I'm happy to break it down.
All right, let's talk about this here. Seattle Kraken traveling to New Jersey, take on those Devils. Devils slight favorite, I think -135. Over under about 6.5 here. Where are you going with this one? What's the play on this game?
Well, I was super excited to get this game because I have a goal scoring prop that I absolutely love. But unfortunately, what happens is players get injured. Jack Hughes, who had been on absolute fire, was injured against Pittsburgh and is considered week to week, so he will not be playing in this game. That really does affect the Devils. That's why they're -135, because they were -155, -160 earlier on in the day. Jack Hughes is a huge part of their offense. But I'm not going to go to a side, and I'm not going to take a total either. I'm going with a special kind of bet in this game. If you look at New Jersey, what they've done lately, that's go to overtime. 6 of their last 7 games has gone to overtime. So they're not blowing anybody out. They're keeping games close, and they're getting to overtime. Seattle has gone to overtime as well. Not so much as New Jersey, but when these teams have faced each other, they faced each other 3 times since Seattle joined last year. 2 of the 3 games went to overtime. I think this is a good draw spot, especially with Hughes out. The Devils, the Kraken are going to want to bounce back after their loss against the Islanders. So the Kraken are going to be motivated. The Devils are going to be motivated. I honestly think this is going to be 2-2 or 3-3. Goes to overtime, and then it's anybody's game.
Yeah, I don't. Man, I'm very rarely do I bet a lot of draws. I do. Sometimes it's like a spot situational thing for me. And I like this, though. Like, this screams, and it's a good value right here. Shop your line, your book, depending on your book, 320 to 350 either way. If you got it, if you can only get it at 320, still great value. Try and get more, but obviously, but this is a great spot here. I like both these teams are gritty teams as well. Defensive minded. You see like maybe a 2-2, 3-3 game.
Yeah.
Going into overtime. Good job, Jerry. I mean, I like this pick. Don't tell them what else you got going on over at picksandparlays.net.
Yeah, I have a 3-pack up on the site today for today. Probably will only be one NHL play tomorrow, but then Saturday is a big day. There's hockey all day long.
All day.
A lot of early games. So it'll be interesting how that works out. And I'll probably have quite a few plays on the site for Saturday. So I'm excited for that.
I got a wedding Saturday morning. I'm going to miss probably a majority of it. Figures. Don't forget, guys, like, subscribe, ring that bell for notifications. Picks and Parlay Power Hours here Monday through Friday, 3 p.m. Eastern. I appreciate everybody stopping by. Terry Edelman, appreciate you as well. We'll see you guys on the next one. Take care.